So I would answer an answer that would benefit myself, you Fuad, and every married couple, and every singles who are planning to get married in the future, inshallah Azza Jal. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, our best role model. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ لِمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو اللَّهَ وَالْيَوْمَ الْآخِرَ وَذَكَرَ اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا. Which means, indeed, in the messenger of Allah, for you, for those who follow him, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, is the best role model, is the best example to be followed. Who would follow him? Those who hope to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with good faith on the day of judgment. So our best role model, our instructor, our teacher, our prophet, our most beloved ever, said, خَيْرُكُمْ خَيْرُكُمْ لِأَهْلِهِ خَيْرُكُمْ خَيْرُكُمْ لِأَهْلِهِ. The best of all of you are those who are good to their wives, to their family members, to their close family members, especially the wife. You can imagine that the Prophet ﷺ was lying down on his deathbed, and he was very concerned, and he repeated, he said, استوصوا بالنساء خيرا. Be kind and good to your wives, to your women, to your mothers, to your children, to your daughters, your sisters. He emphasized the fact that one should be gentle and kind to a woman who is a family member, a woman who is, number one, the wife, the daughter, the sister, and the mother, obviously. And I do not mean with that to be mean to other women, no. But if you should be kind, then you should be the kindest to your wife. So, if somebody would like to follow the practice of the Prophet ﷺ, has to be good and kind to his wife. Wishing each other a happy Ramadan or happy occasions, or talking to each other is the basics. We're not talking about praying together and going out together. We're talking about the basics, which is communicating. Especially the sister said that they have been married for 40 years. She also said that now he's totally paying all the attention to his ibadah. Maybe you can convey this message to him. By Allah, when I buy food and I take it home, and we sit and we eat and I offer the food to my wife, that's ibadah. That's an act of worship. The Prophet ﷺ said, وَإِنَّ فِي بُضْعِ أَحَدِكُمْ صَدَقَةً. First, he said, even the bite that you put in the mouth of your wife, it's an act that reflects passion and love and compassion and mercy. But it's an act of worship as well. Having an intimate relationship with one spouse in Islam is an act of worship. When I say an act of worship, it means you will receive a reward for it. You will be rewarded for that. When you gather your family members and you feed your kids and your wife, when you buy a nice outfit for your wife, or aba, or clothes, anything, new shoes, you receive a reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for spending on your family members. This is what our deen been teaching us. Some people limit the understanding of ibadah to going out for da'wah for days and abandoning the family, neglecting their basic needs, and the ibadah maybe only praying day and night. No. The ibadah is to keep your relation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the best level, as well as your relationship, especially with your family members, than the rest of mankind. As the Prophet ﷺ said, وَخَالِقِ النَّاسَ بِخُلُقٍ حَسَنٍ, and be well-mannered with all people. So, kindly reminder and friendly advice that every one of us have to pay close attention to his family members, and begin by them. الْأَقْرَبُونَ أَوْلَى بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. Your relatives are more worthy with your kindness than anybody else. Once you suffice their needs, you can look after that, if the case is as you presented it. Because maybe he will give us a call and will say, you know what, I keep my duty to my Lord, and meanwhile I keep my duty to my family, but they want more. I remember once in a very interesting hadith, Ubayd ibn Umayr once visited al-Mu'mineen Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha wa ardaha, and he said, what was the most amazing thing that you experienced with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? She said, the most amazing thing is one night that he wanted to get up and pray. He was lying down next to her, And she said, I love you and I love to be near to you. He said, but I love to worship my Lord as well. I mean, every wife would like to hang around with her beloved husband the entire night, and for good. Some wives they ask their husbands not even to go to work. Stay for a little bit, hang around. So he said, دعيني أتعبد لربي. Let me worship. Worship what? It was a night prayer, tahajjud. So she said, I love you so much, and I love what you love. So she let him stand up and worship, and the hadith is a lengthy hadith, but I just wanted to refer to the catch in this hadith. So if the person is keeping balance, that's perfectly fine. But if he's lagging behind on either sides, you should try to make it up, inshaAllah.
InshaAllah.